I'm Norm Fenning, along with executive producer Matt Wyatt, color commentator Parker Bafulci, and cameraman Igor Koroshailov. Saints with a very impressive 16-6-1 record so far. They recently lost and split with Shattuck St. Mary's, Parker, who is perennially, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The first team, often ranked as the first team in North America hockey. So a great showing from the Saints.
Yeah, and I mean, they just came off a great PHC weekend home at SAC as well, playing against only great teams. It went 2-1 with wins against South Ken and Mount St. Charles and a loss against Northwood to end off the weekend. And I mean, facing off against another prep school powerhouse here in Salisbury from the East Coast, I think that this will be a great one and a competitive offensive match.
Yep, Salisbury Knights are in crimson, black, and white. They are going right to left across your screen. Saints in the familiar white and red. In net for the Saints today is Chase Petrova. Puck is dumped into the Saints zone, kept in momentarily by the Knights, finally chipped out by the Saints and pumped right back in again. Back to get it is Finn Kearns. Leaves it for Luca Di Placido. Puck comes back to the point and dumped back in again by the Knights. Kearns gets it to the blue line, but no further, so good start here for the Knights. There's a shot, and that one's ripped wide from a sharp angle. Puck kept in, played along the wall, and again, Salisbury with some good pressure here. Long shift to start for the Saints here, all inside their defensive zone. Back to help is Tucker Sinclair, and we're going to get a penalty, and I think that's going against the Saints. It's going to be a hold, and Saints will have to kill a penalty early here, just 55 seconds into the game. That's going to Finn Kearns.
Yeah, number 2, Finn Kearns picks up a penalty here early, and let's see how Saints can be strong here on this PK, as they have been in this young season so far, and it'll be our first chance to see Salisbury's power play.
So 55 seconds, Finn Kearns is in the box, and as mentioned, the Saints will have to try to fight this one off. Draw one by the Knights, back to the point. There's a shot right on, rebound came out in front. Charging in is Jack Mazzella. Dumps it in the corner. Mazzella comes up with the puck again, right at the half circle, plays it back to the point. Gill to Mazzella. He looks cross ice. That's broken up. And there was a shot from a sharp angle again, and that went just wide. Gill carries it over to the other side. Right in front of the Saints bench. It's played rink wide for Gill. Saints get a stick on that. They'll rip it down the ice and get a change with 1:23 left in the penalty to Kearns. Back come the Knights. Gazzelli playing it rink wide, no one there. Saints break that up to Capo. Gains the line. Goes for a bit of a spill, but Saints maintain possession and play it backwards. Ticking valuable time off that clock as there's less than a minute left in the penalty now. They dump it down, and the Knights will have to regroup. Rink wide pass to Ball. Ball winds it up in his neutral zone. Carries it through, dumps it down the rest of the way. Back for the Saints. Sullivan. And it's chipped off the wall and out. I beg your pardon, that wasn't Sullivan. That was McGree.
Great shift there by number 20, Luca Di Placido, playing physical in his own end and having a strong clear there.
Oh, that's played right in front, just a little too far for Magri. And the Knights, with just 16 seconds, maybe enough time for one more shot. Stovis dumps it in diagonally. Saints are there to clear it the rest of the way, and that will do it. So the Saints have killed their first penalty. Let's see if they can use that momentum to create something at the other end. Back the other way, Stovis carries it behind the net. Knocked off the puck. The puck is bouncing. Knights again up with it. They play it behind the net. Jack Young clears it outside the blue line, but that's all, as that's gathered by Harvorson. He plays it over the far side, broken up by the Saints. They dump it in. Pass up there to Desjardins. He gets it to the blue line, but no further. Saints right on it again. That puck just skipped over the stick of Nate Feiner, but he remains in on the forecheck, comes up with it. Feiner reverses his course, tries to backhand it in front. That's blocked. Saints keep possession below the red line, finally comes back to the point. There's Kearns from out of the box. He gets the shot on net, and that's steered into the corner by the goaltender, Jordan Rittenberg. East Coast boys, actually from Halifax, Nova Scotia. And we had a hand pass there, and not surprising in that Salisbury Knights are from Massachusetts, so not too far a trip for him. 16 minutes left in the first period.
Something I've talked about with some of the players, and I've also noticed from watching, is that all four lines of this Saints squad is contributing. You look at guys on the fourth line, like Nate Feiner with 7 goals, and then you can go all the way to the top on guys on the first line with 8 goals. And I mean, just having that deep lineup for the Saints is going to be so valuable down the stretch.
Absolutely. And they're going to need it, as you mentioned to me before the game, Parker. Their schedule really ramps up now over the next month and a half. Lots of games. And you cannot have too much depth, as any coach will tell you. Puck is dumped down Saints zone. Jack Young gets there first. Good play by him. Plays that ahead to Dervin, Connor Dervin, who plays it up. In pursuit is James Roy, but we've got an icing, and the puck will come all the way back. So this is the first of 2 this weekend here. Saints play today. They also play here Sunday at noon or 2, I can't remember.
Yeah, that's good. That one's noon.
Yeah, and that is against the Cushing Academy Penguins.
Yes.
So 2 American East Coast teams here in this weekend at LeBeer Family Arena.
Yeah, so this is an interesting quad. UCC played Cushing this afternoon here, and UCC will also play Salisbury tomorrow. So we'll see UCC action against these teams as well.
So puck back in the Saints zone at the blue line. It's played off a shin pad, dumped in, and finally cleared by the Saints. Good play there by Nolan Long. Long goes rink wide for Roy. Roy with a shot! And right on the doorstep was Long looking for the rebound, but that bounced over his stick. Puck is cleared all the way back, and Saints will regroup. Nice pass ahead there. That is finally broken up and cleared, and Saints will try again. Karskadden plays it up to the wall. Working hard for that is Ryan Murray. Murray directly below us gets help from Karskadden. And Saints finally come up with it. Sullivan over to his partner DiPlacido, who returns the pass. And the Saints gain the neutral zone, but give it up. And the puck is dumped back into their zone. DiPlacido. Richmond Hillboy starts things off for the Saints, and good forecheck here by the Knights as they are putting constant pressure on those Saints defensemen. Saints will try again. There's a rink-wide pass to an open wing. Closest player is Karskadden, but he can't get there. Halverson plays that up. It's off a stick, but before the red line, so we'll have an icing with 13:44 left here in the first period. So we are back to our full broadcast team now. As I mentioned earlier, Mr. Matt Wyatt is here with SAC Today, so we will have some additional features during this game. We'll have on-ice interviews from my partner Parker. We'll watch some episodes of SAC Today during the intermission as well. I'd also like to welcome any fans watching from home, both for the Saints and the Salisbury team. And if you ever do get the opportunity to come here to LeBeer Family Arena, we would love to welcome you. I think you'd have a great time. Saints in the Salisbury zone, but it's flipped out, and Saints will have to retreat. Finn Kearns with a good pivot. Captain of the Saints starts things off, moves the puck quickly to DiCapo. DiCapo chases his own dump. Nice body check there by DiCapo. And Salisbury shows some good patience. Desjardins with a crafty breakout, and off they go as Mazzella dumps it in. Saints come up with it though, and they break it out to Capo. On the far wing, takes a long shot, and that one is steered over the glass by the goaltender Rittenberg.
There we just saw a really aggressive shift there from Jake DeCapo, and this is his first game back from he had a concussion, and he is back in action and ready to go tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's lost a step. He was flying up there on the forecheck. It's exactly what the Saints are looking for. As Finer's out there with Camilla Milani and Cooper Bordeaux. They win the draw. Top of the circle, plate in front, rebound. And a good job there by the Knights of tying up some sticks. Good opportunity for the Saints. It's dumped all the way down. Connor Dervin back to get it. Plays it off the wall, and it's chipped out the rest of the way by Finer. Charlie Sullivan absorbs the hit but makes the pass. Oh, but Saints turn it over at the top of the circle. Puck is played below the red line. And both teams turning the puck over a lot right now as number 24, that's Mazzella, dumps it in, and they'll get a partial change. The Saints could have maybe have asked why a penalty wasn't called there, but there wasn't, so play continues. Puck is dumped in by Bordeaux, and the Saints will go for a change. Good job there of Tucker Sinclair of holding that puck, allowing the Saints to get their full change. And the Knights get it, and they'll break it out. Forward pass to Buddett. He plays it ahead. Burlock, I beg your pardon. And Saint player is taken to the wall, but puck comes back to the blue line and chipped right back in by the Knights. DePlacido is taken down. Play starting to get more physical now. Saints come up with the puck. And we've got a little bit of a skirmish behind the play. Looks like two players will probably be sent off. We know one, Nolan Long, appears to be heading to the box. And I believe that's number 10 going the other way, who is Riley Slovis. So Riley Slovis in the box, and I see Finn Kearns in there as well.
Yeah, Finn Kearns and Nolan Long just plays after the fact, going at the other guy, sticking up for his teammate, which I respect, but the Saints will be killing a penalty here for the next few minutes.
So 8:37 is the time of the penalty. So Long, Kearns, and Slovis. So first penalty to Salisbury so far this game, third to the Saints. And our score is 0-0 here with 11:23 left to go in the first period. The officials are just discussing this with Coach Manning. I'm sure he's questioning the inequity of players in the penalty box. Good crowd here tonight, both on the Saints side and the Salisbury side. I guess there's a few students here as well, smattered about.
Yeah, Friday night should be lots of boarders here coming in around the second period or so, and they should bring some good energy for the Saints.
So face-off will come to the right of goaltender Chase Petrova. Petrova with a 1.83 goal against and .929 save percentage.
It seems as if the Saints have another player heading into the box right now.
Okay, so 3 in the box to the Saints. Now we are playing 5-on-4. So not quite sure about that third penalty. We'll let you know if we find out. Oh, there's some misconduct.
Some more chippiness after the whistle there for number 12, Ryan Murray.
So if I heard that correctly, it's 3 10-minute misconducts.
So 3 guys are out for the game?
Yeah, that's, I mean, I don't hear it that clearly from where we're sitting, but I heard the word misconduct 3 times, so puck is cleared all the way down the zone. There's 1:28 left in the penalty to Nolan Long. So Salisbury breaking it out. Good pass there up to number 27, Bideau Rivard. And they settle it down at the point, go cross ice. Shot is faked. That was Rokas. They play it in front, and a good glove hand save there. Chase Petrova snatched that one out of the air, held on as well. No rebound, so we'll get a face-off and a full change both ways. 1:03 left in the penalty.
And we talk about Chase Petrova this year. In 12 games, he has a 1.83 goals against average and a .929 save percentage. So he's been great this year, coming in as a grade 12, 2008 this year, and has been a great addition for the Saint squad.
So D to D to D. Up top, they play it over to the wing. It's number 14 playing the quarterback position there, Gill. And they reverse field along with Walakas. There's a shot low and tried to redirect that. That went just wide. It was dangerous, though, and Karskadin will clear it down. Saints will get a full change. And just 30 seconds now in the penalty to Long. Back comes Salisbury. Nice body check there by Charlie Sullivan. As you mentioned, Parker, playing getting a lot more physical and certainly a little chippier after the whistles. Puck up high now. Patiently playing it fourth is Klein. You can hear the goaltender wrapping his stick. That penalty's almost over. There's a shot from the point off the stick of Mazzella, but that one is handled by Petrova, and the penalty is over. So Long is back on the ice. And Coach Manning certainly is going to have to juggle his lines as he's got two players in the box with what we believe to be misconducts. So face off to the right of Petrova. Nate Feiner will be taking the draw. We're still getting things explained to Coach Manning. It looks like an official is getting some medical attention from the Saints trainer. And I think Coach Manning took advantage of that to get an explanation. That's all he's going to get, so face-off now in the Saints zone. Saints win that, stick broken. That was a Salisbury player who broke the stick, and Saints gain the zone. Bordeaux drags it to the corner, plays it back to Jack Young. Young, long shot, rebound right in front. Chasing that down is Milani. He carries it in the corner, plays it in front. Saints come up with it. That shot is ripped wide by Feiner. But Saints keep it in. Young goes over to the other side. There's a shot, and that is handled by the goaltender, Jordan Rittenberg.
Great shift there for number 3, Jack Young, putting strong shots on net for rebound and having a great pass D to D to Connor Durbin.
So I got a chance to talk to Coach Gate a little bit before we went on air here. I asked him a little bit about Shattuck St. Mary's in their last few games, and he said very strong, you know, they good effort and everything. He thought if there was anything, they might have looked a bit young in a couple of those games. And I said, well, what do you mean by young? And just, you know, a couple of little errors that probably won't happen again because you've got to make them once to learn from them. And it's a learning process for sure. Oh, there's puck in front. There's a long shot, and that is handled well again. Avery Timmis from Pleasantville, New York, took that shot, and that was handled again by Petrova.
A common theme we see with these U.S. prep schools is people on their roster from all over the map. And Salisbury's from the East Coast. So we got guys from Texas, Florida, Kentucky, Quebec, Maryland, New Brunswick, and I think that just shows the big world of hockey nowadays and how you can find a good team anywhere.
Oh, absolutely. And I think when I was scanning their website, I believe over the years they've developed, I believe it's 17 NHL players. So as we know here at St. Andrews, success breeds success, and they've certainly had a lot of it here, but success tends to attract talent. And that is certainly the case at Salisbury, as it is here at St. Andrews College as well. Puck back at the point, played in the slot area, chipped over the side. Sharp angle shot. That's handled by Petrova. It's off the stick of Timas. Puck is behind the net, battling is DiPlacido. He gets it for the wall. It's chipped out the rest of the way. In pursuit is Milani. He gets her in front, and a good effort there by Milani. He was the one that started it, got the puck over to his line mate. I believe that was number 18, James Roy, and he took a good short angle shot. That could have been the first marker right there. Puck is cleared up off the wall, off the stick of the St. player, so icing is waved off. Play to the middle of the ice. Saints keep it there, inside the zone, but it's chipped back out. And Connor Durbin. Bolche carries it himself, dumps it in. Saints have to tag up, though. That's going to give Salisbury a good opportunity to clear, and they do. Jack Young plays it off the wall. That's picked up by Bordeaux-Rivard from Boucherville, Quebec. Oh, and there is a check from behind. That's going to be called every time, and that is going to be a penalty to number 4, Landon Klein.
Something I will say is that it's been a great start for the goalie for Salisbury, Jordan Rinenberg, early on here. He's made some great cross-ice saves. He's had some challenging plays where he's had to fight through screens and tips. I think he's done a great job controlling the game so far on his end.
Absolutely. So that is Landon Klein in the box at 13:20. So Saints with a great opportunity here. They'll have an offensive face-off as well to the right of goaltender Rittenberg. So a big face-off here for Tucker Sinclair. His first line is out there for Coach Manning. He wins the draw. Puck is played over to this side. Charlie Sullivan dumps it in. Behind the net is Roy. Roy on his backhand. Sinclair's there to help him. Good stick there by Sinclair, tying his man up, but the Knights finally get it and dump it down the rest of the way. Again, a little bit of action behind the play, nothing called this time. Saints will wind it up and back they come. Charlie Sullivan, good head of speed, carries it in himself, gets knocked down. It's going to be another penalty. And Saints will now be up 2 men with still 1:17 left in the initial penalty decline.
This is the time they got to capitalize now. 5-on-3, 5 minutes to go here in the first. Let's get a quick goal, go ahead into the intermission.
So I'm not sure if that's 18 or 19. 19, so Michael Halverson. Michael Halverson in the box for tripping. And that's at 14:03 here. So 3 penalties to the Saints, 3 to the Knights so far early in this game. Saints, though, with a 2-man advantage and an offensive faceoff. Karskadin wins the draw, but maybe a little too cleanly as that puck dips over the stick of Jacob Bolche, and he'll have to retreat all the way into his own zone. Bolche lays it off, gets a return pass, brings it down to the corner. In front! A good defensive stick there as the Saint player is right in the high slot. Puck comes back to the point over to the far side. There's another good stick there by the Knights. Puck comes all the way back, and Saints Bolche will have to try again. Karskadin. Puck between his skates. And that puck is cleared down the ice again. So good job so far by the Knights. Just 30 seconds left in that initial penalty. Karskadin, good head of speed. Karskadin drags in very close to offside. Puck is rimmed around to Magri. Magri to Bolche. Gets the return pass. Bolche carries it to the center of the ice. Bolche loading up. There's a shot. Good save by the goaltender. Rebound right in the slot. Ripped back. Connor Durbin keeps it in. Over to Capo. There's a short side shot. They dig at it. and is cleared down the rest of the way. And that will kill the first penalty. Kills the first penalty. Almost sounded like there was a whistle there.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I don't know what that was, but play continues. Saints have the man advantage for 30 seconds now or less. They gain the zone again. Back they come. Sinclair dumps it down the corner. James Roy back to Sinclair. Up high to Milani, over to this side. Looking back for Milani, he keeps it in. He clears it over the blue line. Just a couple of ticks left in this power play. And that is it. The penalty is now over, so the Knights fight off a two-man disadvantage. And Saints dump it right back in. It's knocked down by number 24, Mazzella. And chipped down the rest of the way, and they'll go for a blow as Saints pick up the puck. And I would say a very evenly matched game so far, Parker. What's your assessment? Puck now behind the ninth zone. Played in front, a quick shot, and a good save. That was off the stick of Cooper Bordeaux. And quick glove there by Rittenberg makes the save. So I was just saying, Parker, so far, very evenly matched teams, I would, by my assessment. What would you say?
I would say that both teams have had probably close to equal scoring chances, and I mean, both goalies have made some competitive saves. Both teams have had some competitive opportunities. I hope to see more of this.
So puck is cleared out, played to the middle of the ice, and that's gathered up by Jack Young. And neither team really being able to get a kind of blue chip scoring opportunity so far. Both teams have kind of seesawed on some offensive possession time. Hasn't really translated into great scoring opportunities. Now, having said that, how many odd man rushes have we had this game?
Yeah,
very few. Yeah. So defensively, I would think both coaches would be pretty happy so far of this game.
Yeah, I would say so too. I mean, it's been a great battle early on. We got about 3 minutes left to go here in the first, and see if someone can get a late goal and go happy into the intermission.
Draw one by the Knights. They take a shot, didn't get much on that one. That was Elliot Badeau-Rivard. That one was handled easily by goaltender Chase Petrova. Petrova, King City boy, local. It's going to tell you a little bit about Saints. We talked a little bit about the Salisbury hockey program. Saints have had 18 NHL draft picks with 9 consecutive years running of having an NHL draft pick, which is absolutely outstanding. In fact, in the last 12 years, the Saints have over a 75% winning percentage. When you consider the level of competition that comes into this arena, winning over 75% of your games is something. Puck is right in front. It goes off to the side. Nice stick there by number 3, Jack Young, keeping it in. DeCapo gets in front. They score. Oh, I thought that was in. DeCapo, great effort, got that right in front. Thought Jack Young got a stick on it and it stayed out. So play all of a sudden opening up. Boy, all you have to do is talk about it, I guess, Parker, and it'll come. Puck turned over, and now we're going the other way. It's number 4 carrying it up is Landon Klein. He loses the puck, and back come the Saints. So just like that, play opening up. There's a shot, rebound, oh, and right on the doorstep. Great pass off the pad there by the Saints, and right there on the doorstep was number 21 for the Saints. Just couldn't put it away. Now going the other way. Play is along the wall, directly below us now. Digging that out is Charlie Sullivan. Passes over his partner, gets it up ice, and it's chipped down the rest of the way by Marcus Magri. Boy, Magri just missed on that opportunity. Puck is cleared all the way down into the Saints zone with just a minute left in the period. Serving the seed is Luca Di Placido. He lays that off for Charlie Sullivan. And Saints content to just hold it there. And there's a long pass along the wall, just touched by Milani. And puck is out of play with 42 seconds left here in the first period. As I mentioned, we will have an on-ice interview with Parker. Don't know which player that is going to be as of yet. And then we'll be treated to an episode of SAC Today. Face-off won by the Saints. Played in, Finn Kearns drives that in. Back to give number 27, Bedeau Rayard. And it's cleared all the way out. Saints back to get it. Played over to this side, Jack Young, long searching pass. That one's cleared way over the glass with 19.7 seconds left here in the first period. So face off just outside the blue line, directly below us. Garskadden will take the draw for the Saints. And we'll get a new Knight in there. I believe that's number 23, Luke Walkerkos. He wins the draw. Maybe one last opportunity as they try to dump it in. Good job there by number 12 of the Saints, Murray, using his skate, the soccer player, to trap that. It's chipped up the ice down to Finn Kearns, and that will about do it. So after the first period, very entertaining, very, very closely fought match. Our score between St. Andrews Saints and the Salisbury Knights is still 0-0. So we'll see who Parker is making his way down the bench, he is going to have an opportunity to interview here as the Saints make their way to the change room. As I mentioned, Saints will play here again Sunday. I believe that's at noon. If you check sac.on.ca and go to First Hockey, you will see that. And they will play the Penguins from Connecticut. It's another East Coast team. So it looks like the interview is going to be with number 10, Etobicoke's own Jake DiCapo. Okay, Parker, take it away.
Your first game back, how'd it feel out there in the first period?
Feels good. Feels good to be back with the fellas, and we're just looking to get something going here in the second period.
Competitive game so far. What are you looking forward to get the first goal in the game?
Well, I think we really got to test this goalie and be more offensive in the second period, so let's get shots on that.
All right, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Parker, and thanks, Jake. And we now will be treated to an episode of SAC Today.
Good morning, St. Andrews College. I'm Carson Vogel.
And I'm Marco Montemero. And this is
SAC Today. In October, St. Andrews College celebrated Pride Week with a variety of events to show our support for the 2S LGBTQ+ community. Andrew Douglas and Eric Wong have the highlights.
On Wednesday of Pride Week, St. Andrews and St. Anne's enjoyed a Pride Week paint night in the Worth Art Center. The students attending worked together on their own individual canvases so that when put together, they create the beautiful Pride mural displayed in the gallery. As well as that mural, We at SAC had the opportunity to enjoy a variety of other Pride-themed pieces produced by students in past years. The students and staff here got the chance to hear a speech given by old boy Andy Kilpatrick about his experiences as an openly gay man at SAC. At the end of his speech, he finished with a quote from Mark Twain.
Mark Twain once said, "The two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why."
I'm here with old boy Andy Kilpatrick, class of 75. As you know, this week is Pride Week here at SAC. What are your thoughts on that, and how could it compare or contrast to back when you went here?
Well, first of all, 1970s, the conversation about pride didn't exist because people were either in denial or it just didn't exist. My understanding is that this is the 5th year that you've had a Pride Week here at St. Andrews. And let's face it, the 2+ LGBTQ community is a fraction of all of the various types of organizations and cultures that we've got in this country. And it's important, even though these guys are between, 15 and 17 years of age, that's not too young to understand these things.
Well, Andy, thank you so much for coming to the school and sharing your thoughts with us.
Well, it's my pleasure. And being able to address this group on this day, on the subject that we talked about, I'm overwhelmed.
For SAC Today, I'm Andrew Douglas.
The annual Halloween costume contest took over the gallery on October 31st. Ethan St. Pierre and Xavier Baxter captured the spirit on display.
I have a very important question for you guys. Do you guys like Halloween?
We love Halloween ESB.
I love Halloween.
I love Halloween.
Of course.
I do like Halloween.
Sir. Do you like Halloween?
No.
It's been confirmed. I'm Ethan St. Pierre, and I'm with
Bai Chen Luo.
Bai Chen. Take me through your costume.
I'm dressing up as Master Chief today, which is like the main character from the Halo franchise.
How long did it take you to make this costume?
3 days, but not like 3 entire days. I spent like maybe 1, 2, or 3, maybe 6 or 7 hours out of those 3 days to make this.
6 and 7 hours to make this.
Ethan, you put up a spectacular performance in the Halloween costume contest. What's the inspiration behind your outfit?
So every year I want to try and find a costume that looks really cool on its own. In the past I've done stuff like Joker and Beetlejuice.
How long did it take to put on the face paint?
I got up at 5 a.m. in the morning, did my face painting from that time all the way to 9:15. So yeah, I was doing it for a while.
Congratulations on your win, Ethan. From SAC Today, I'm Xavier Santone.
And I'm Ethan Moretsky. Happy Halloween.
On November 2nd, St. Andrews College once again hosted the Break the Silence Step in My Shoes walk in support of Yellow Brick House, an organization dedicated to ending abuse against women and children. Brennan Joe and Gerald Zhang were there to capture the event.
Since 2018, St. Andrews College has proudly hosted the Yellow Brick House's annual Break the Silence Step in My Shoe walk, with hundreds of community members gathering in support of the Yellow Brick House. Yellow Brick House is a non-profit organization that provides life-saving services and prevention programs to women and children escaping domestic violence. They offer emergency shelter, counseling, and programs that help survivors rebuild their lives safely and with dignity.
And that mission is at the heart of the Break the Silence Step in My Shoes walk, where that message is clear, with every step taken helping move the community one step closer to a future free from violence. The event was filled with emotion, energy, and unity as participants carried signs, tied purple ribbons, and shared powerful messages of hope. Speeches from survivors and community leaders reminded everyone why awareness and action are vital in breaking the cycle of abuse.
Students and faculty from both St. Andrews College and St. Anne's School joined in the event, with the mayors of Newmarket and Aurora, along with community members from around York region, walk side by side showing our shared commitment to ending domestic violence.
For SAC Today, I'm Brandon Zoe.
On November 11th, students, faculty, and staff gathered to honor the fallen Andrians for Remembrance Day. Carson Vogel and Igor Koroshailov have the story.
On Remembrance Day, students and staff gathered in Ketchum to honor fallen Andrians who served in the First and Second World Wars, their names forever engraved on the walls of the Memorial Chapel. In memory of those who fought for our country in peace, prayers were offered.
Today, as we are gathered here in this sacred place, we pause in the routines of our day to honor those who served and sacrificed through death and wounded lives.
And moments of silence filled the air in gratitude and reflection.
We will remember them.
The ceremony featured a march down the aisle from our cadets. The sound of bagpipes echoing across the room. And the haunting notes of the trumpet's last post. Reminding us of the sacrifices made for our freedom. Though conflict and division remain in our world, we continue to strive for peace and unity. To those who gave their lives for our country and community, we remember you. Delius Gubrath, faithful forever.
On the center, quick, march!
With Term 2 now underway, Kiyo Motegi and Tak Yoshioka share a look at some of the championship finishes of our Term 1 sports teams.
With another successful fall term of sports, it started off with CISA victories from the U16 football, U16 volleyball, and the senior cross-country team. Your Saints also ended it off with two huge wins from the varsity football team and the varsity soccer team. Here are some of the highlights.
Last Wednesday, your varsity soccer Saints matched up against the UCC Blues to cap off their CISA season in the championship. The Saints struck early with a goal by Jaden Walters and did not look back. At the end of the game, the score was a commanding 5-1 Saints, achieving the CISA championship. The victory gives the first Saints the historic double-double, 2 straight years of regional CISA championships and national case titles. The first football Saints also played against the UCC Blues to end off their CISA season in the final game of the year. The Saints got off to a rocky start in the first half of the game, even being down 7 points in the first quarter. But the Saints managed to battle back, winning the game 21-13, led by Christian Jaguar, who punched in all 3 touchdowns.
Initis, congratulations on another championship. It's your 4th year in a row. How do you feel?
You know, I feel great. Every single year, it just gets even better. I love it, and I love this team.
Do you guys have anything planned to celebrate?
Yeah, you know, we're going to go back to the locker room, and every single one of us, we're just going to be hyped. You know, this was really a team game. I just want to shout out Christian Jaguar with all our touchdowns. He's a dog, and watch him next year. He's going to be a great player.
Thanks, Initis.
Thank you.
For SAC Today, I'm Tak Yoshioka.
In our continuing series on U students, Evan Carr and Ethan Taylor checked in with volleyball sensation Finn Cricks. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm junior correspondent Ethan Taylor, and I'm here with Finn Cricks. How has your first term in volleyball been, and what has your team done to prepare for this upcoming CISA finals?
First term of volleyball, it's been pretty fun. The team's been really engaged in practice and working really hard. We're looking forward to taking on St. Mike's today, afternoon.
Awesome.
Go Saints.
All right, so Finn, what are you excited for in the upcoming terms of sport?
I'm really looking forward to varsity baseball in the spring. I think it'll be a fun environment and hoping we can do as well as the Blue Jays.
Awesome. What AC pluses are you really excited about for the upcoming term?
I'm really looking forward to Andrew Investors. I'm hoping to gain some good knowledge about money and investing for my future.
So, how has your academics been, and what are some of your favorite classes?
So far, my academics have been going pretty well. so I'm pretty happy about that. My favorite class, probably environmental science so far. I really enjoy learning about the environment, and it's just a fun class in general. Shout out Ms. Shanks.
Thank you, Finn Cricks, for the interview. For SAC Today, I'm Ethan Taylor.
With early winter creeping in, Jack.org Council has some options to keep your mental health in check, including support of SAC's Movember campaign. Ethan Charter and Kazim Akhtar have more.
Everyone deals with mental health issues. As young men, we sometimes push down our feelings, even if we care a lot about something. But help is available through Mr. Cito and Ms. Clark at the health center, or even on EDSB. Likewise, the Jack.org Council helps run various mental health activities throughout the year. This past month, we organized a therapy dog event to help students relieve stress. And this month, we are all in on November.
My name is Ethan Charter with SAC Today. As November rolls around, you may notice some more mustaches being grown around campus. Well, they're not just for the look of it. They're actually in support for the Movember Foundation. Movember isn't just about growing mustaches, but for starting important conversations and growing awareness in men's mental health, men's suicide rates, prostate cancer, and testicular cancer. Let every mustache be a reminder to check in on yourself and on your friends, which is a message that fits perfectly with St. Andrews College, a brotherhood that supports one another on and off the field. So, whether you're growing a stash or you're just supporting, remember, every important conversation counts.
Raising awareness and money for men's health? Heck yeah.
With SAC Today, I'm Ethan Charter.
Finally, this year's fall play was Newsies, a musical about an 1899 newspaper boy strike in New York City. Congratulations to all the students and staff involved in another outstanding production. Noah Rose Donahoe and Ryan Preston went behind the scenes to talk with some of the students behind the magic.
Lights, camera, action. This year's fall play just finished wrapping up after months of hard work. It was a huge success, selling out every single night. Here's a look at the many roles involved of a production of this scale.
I do backstage, so currently I do tracking for all the big set pieces, and then during the show I'll be helping others to track and locate different small prop pieces, as well as presetting the props and the big set pieces for them to move during the actual show.
What I normally do during our rehearsals is I'm mostly in charge of making sure that the audio is good, mic's ready. I'm more on the tech side of things, while my partners are more on the heavy lifting duty backstage side of things.
What I'm looking forward to most is being able to work with such an amazing, talented, friendly group of cast members. You know, everyone that I've been working with during this production has been so great at what they do. They've been so passionate and so kind, and working with them, it just feels so natural.
So in theater tech, what I enjoy the most is seeing the whole show getting put together. Actors start reeling lines off the script manually, and then from where they memorize everything.
What I most enjoy is collaborating with others and working together to make it look nice.
Looks like another successful production for the SAC drama program. If you enjoyed it, you can look forward to Focus coming up in May. For SAC Today, I'm Ryan Preston.
For SAC Today, I'm Marco Montemurro.
And I'm Carson Vogel. Thanks for watching.
So I think the other team their whole team was skating and around our goalie, and then they were bumping some of our players.
Well, the reaction was immediate, and to their credit, the officials got there in a hurry and broke that up, because that looked ugly. That looked like that could have been a lot worse than it was.
And Ryan Murray seems to be exiting this game.
Wow. Well, we went from a very quiet arena, just waiting for the puck drop here at the second period, to all of a sudden everybody's standing and wondering what happened there. Well, I'm sure the officials are huddling right now. I think that's a matter of who saw what and did you get a number.
Yeah.
So the officials going to both benches now to explain what happened. Wow, as I mentioned, Parker, that's a new one on me. I mean, you travel with the team. Have you seen anything like that before?
I've never seen that before the period even starts. And I also think something was wrong there. I don't think everyone was where they were supposed to be, whether it was Salisbury doing something dirty or SAC being in the wrong spot, but that doesn't seem right.
Well, from my vantage point, I saw Saints goalie Chase Petrova was kind of between the two dots stretching. And as you mentioned, a number of Knights players were skating in the vicinity. Didn't seem anything untoward, I didn't think. And then I guess I glanced away, and the next time I looked, what was breaking loose. So obviously there had to be some kind of thing that started that, but cooler temperaments have prevailed, and now it's just a matter of sorting this all out.
And I think that another SAC player, Luca DiPlacido, has also exited this game.
Well, a little bit more line shuffling again for Coach Manning. I'm sure this is going to be discussed from the officials to the coaches through the players, exactly what protocol should or shouldn't be, entering the ice. Now, again, of course, because this is second period, the Saints goalie is in their end of the rink. Their bench is closest to him. So, I mean, obviously they have to go on the St. Andrews end of the ice just to get on the ice, but why they would be circling the goalie, I don't know. But regardless, we're going to have a face-off, and there is nothing on the clock right now as far as penalties go, so we'll try to decipher for you what's going on.
And that face-off's going to be won by Karskadin. Sullivan shoots it up, and that's deflected by Roy into the Salisbury zone. Rittenberg swings it around. This is chipped out and a good breakout. Now leading the way is Riley Slovis. Back to Charlie Sullivan in the Saints zone. He's going to shoot this one deflected. Backhand pass over to Jack Young. This one's going to be poked out to James Roy. Karskadin trying to get around number 8, Caden Creech. Puck battle along the left boards. Salisbury shoots it over the middle, off a skate, picked up by number 7, Tyler Rokas. He's going to take it himself all the way into the Saints zone. It's going to be a quick tip. Nice hit there by Karskadin on Slovis. Karskadin goes off the boards to Roy. Roy looking upward. James Roy takes it on his backhand, looking for a pass. Cut to the middle, went upstairs, and that one's going to be out of play.
So you're talking a little bit about Alex Karskadin there. Great shift for him, a little bit of information about him. He's a Toronto boy. Obviously, he's on the first hockey team here as junior rights of the Guelph Storm. And his NCAA commitment is to Princeton University, so he's going to be an Ivy League boy. His academic interest is business, and he is in Sifton House. So that is Alex Karskadin.
Another notable thing about Alex, scored the OT winner in McPherson last year to win the championship, so that was huge. Curran's one-timer pad save by Rittenberg. This one's broken out, and here now is Espenshade. This one's taken away by Connor Dervin, looking up for number 10, Jake DiCapo. Jake DiCapo goes in aggressively, stays with it, looks over the middle, just missed number 19, Jacob Bolche. Right in front, and that one's going to be covered by Rittenberg.
So good start here for the Saints. Again, I have not heard anything from the penalty box yet. I didn't see any Knights leaving the bench area to the change room. Did you happen to notice that, Parker?
No, but Ryan Murray has returned to the Saints bench.
Okay.
So it seems like Ryan Murray was not kicked out of the game. Tucker Sinclair to face it off here with Luca Desjardins. Desjardins going to win this one. This one's going to be fanned on by number 14, Zachary Gill. Nolan Long surveying the offensive zone for the Saints. Shot, that one's just wide. Jack Young keeps this one in. James Roy, quick tip, puck bouncing around. Nice hit there by Sinclair. James Roy's gonna tip this one. Tucker Sinclair intercepts it. Looking for Sullivan. Sullivan, one-timer shot, that one's just wide of Rittenberg. Nice hit there by Nolan Long. Tucker Sinclair, very physical shift. Here is now number 27, Bibo Rivard for Salisbury. Taken away by Sullivan. Sullivan looking up ice. He's going to take a breather here behind the net. Look for his options. Going to shoot. That one's knocked down by number 4, Landon Klein. Landon Klein right in front. Shot just upstairs.
Boy, Landon Klein did a great job of knocking that puck down. That wasn't a fluttering puck. That had something on it. Knocked it down right on the stick. Got a good scoring opportunity.
Now this one's picked up by Michael Halverson. That pass picked up by Sebastian Ball. Good fight there by Milani, but Ball will pick up this one. Good stick lift there by Sebastian Ball.
Yeah, maybe a little too much.
Yeah, it's going to be a hook on Sebastian Ball, and Saints will get their second power play of the game.
Well, again, big opportunity here for the Saints as Ball makes his way to the box for Salisbury. That penalty is at the 2:56 mark.
Start this power play, we'll have Young, Dervin, Bordeaux, Milani, and Huang for the Saints. This one shot around. This one's going to be cleared, knocked down by Dervin. He's going to find Huang in the neutral zone. Huang's looking for the pass to Dervin. Connor Dervin leaves it for Jack Young. Jack Young pass to Huang. Andy Huang, nice moves there. Got into the zone all by himself, Milani. And that one's going to be cleared out by number 7, Tyler Rokas. Petrov out to play this one. Here is Connor Dervin. Looking for options here. And the Saints are going to play dump and chase. Good hard-working play there by Bordeaux. Young finds Dervin at the point. Back to Young, looking for a shot. Young, that one's deflected into the netting. 16:15 left to go, minute 11 in the power play.
Yep, good possession time for the Saints. So a little bit about Jack Young. His father, Jeff, is portfolio manager and Simon Fraser graduate. His mother, Michelle, attended George Brown College and has siblings Ben, who goes to Wilfrid Laurier University, class of 2029, and Lauren, who goes to Port Credit High School, my wife's alma mater, so she'll be happy to hear that if she's listening.
Sullivan back with this one. Finds Cornell commit Nolan Long going up ice by himself. Finds James Roy, just misses. Now here is 17 for Salisbury, Nate Burlock. Now Nolan Long. Sullivan's going to keep this one in. Kearns went for the one-timer, faked it. Salisbury will have it and will clear. Just under 40 seconds to go left here in the power play. Let's see if Saints can get one more push.
Which is unusual for the games I've done so far this year. The typical way a game has gone is Saints have jumped out early in the majority of games, and by early, very often within the first couple of minutes of the first period. So very unusual that we're heading towards the midway part of this game and still no score.
Huge block there by number 14, Zachary Gill. Sullivan keeps this one in. Shot tip! Oh my goodness, almost an own goal. Saints keep on the pressure.
Oh.
Tucker with the tap in. That one's going to be cleared. Oh, and just came out of the box. Number 18, Angus Proctor, out front, draw pass. Number 9, great save. Chase Petrova, kick save.
Boy, great opportunities both ways. Sinclair with just a beautiful opportunity down the other end, and Knights come right back.
Marcus Magri looking for a scoring opportunity there. Huge hit by Burlock. That one's cleared by number 9, Parker Tumulty. And that is going to be icing.
Well, we've had flashes of that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Just close checking game, and all of a sudden we'll go through a minute and a half of just end-to-end action. Both teams could have had markers there for sure with the opportunities that they created.
Yeah, great pressure by both teams on the offensive end. Great kick save by Petrova on one end. And I mean, Rittenberg has had a solid game all around as well. Magri. Oh, bad pass there. Here's number 18, Angus Proctor. Shot, that one's going to be pad save. Great defensive back check by Marcus Magri to clear that one. Nice pass, Connor Dervin, the roommates to Jacob Bolche. Shot, that one's going to be just wide. Number 7 of Salisbury, Tyler Rokas, taken away by Bolche. Rokas regains it. Rokas looking up ice. He's going to shoot this one. It's going to beat Dervin right onto the stick of number 23, but it's going to be offside.
So both goaltenders holding the fort so far for both teams. Chase Petrova, I think he went through his statistics, Parker, so far for this season have been absolutely outstanding. And again, he's let nothing in again tonight, as has his counterpart, Jordan Rittenberg.
Ryan Murray looking cross ice across the neutral zone. Sullivan, nice hit there. Oh, number 56, Espen Shade. Shot, great save by Petrova. That one's going to stay in the Saints zone. Here is Sullivan. Charlie Sullivan, great second period so far off the stick of Karskadin. Now here's number 4, Landon Klein. He's knocked down by Karskadin. Murray, great hand dive by Andy Huang. Nice hit there by Murray. Salisbury with some speed through the zone from Rivard. Nice hit there, Karskadin. Here's Kearns, backhands it to Murray. Back to the point. Mazzella, shot, blocked. Here is Kearns trying to get ahead of steam. Finn Kearns going to backhand this one. This one's going to be dumped into the Salisbury zone. Full change here for the Saints. Salisbury looking up ice, intercepted by Feiner. Feiner looking over the middle, taken away by Mazzella. Mazzella drops it off through the middle of the zone, right in front, deflection, just over the net. This one's going to be knocked away.
Boy, tough on the goaltender. A lot of east-west passing there as Petrova had to go post to post to post.
And that one's going to be just offside. Great heads-up play by Desjardins there for Salisbury.
So again, we'd like to invite you, as I mentioned earlier, check out our website, sac.on.ca. Has the schedule of St. Andrews teams here, as well as statistics, all the kind of things that you would need to know to watch a game here. And if you do, come up please and say hello to us. We're above the ice right at center ice. We'd love to say hello. And if you have a shout out for someone back home, we would love to do that as well.
Here is Connor Dervin. Shoots that one off a skate, and that one's going to be up and out of play. This one's cleared into the Salisbury zone, and that's going to be an icing for the Saints.
So we were treated in the first period to Parker, your on-ice interview, which was great with DiCapo. And as well, we got to see an episode of SAC Today, which is Mr. Wyatt's broadcast journalism class. So that class puts together information both in the school, in our area, and around the world, and presents it both visually and verbally, obviously. And that class, along with Mr. Wyatt, are in charge of putting on these productions. So we're going to get treated to another the second half of the episode of SAC Today during the second intermission.
Now Finn Kern's going to shoot this one back into the Salisbury zone. This is going to be kept in by Tucker Sinclair. Great day today for this Long, Sinclair, Roy line. Tons of offensive pressure. Here is Long. Long looking for something, and this one's going to be cleared. Man on him. He's going to drop it back for Sullivan. Sullivan looking cross ice for Dervin. Connor Dervin, nice move to the backhand. Finds Roy. Roy looking center ice off a skate. Dervin's going to retain it. He's going to send it back in. And here's Salisbury looking to break out. Can't do. Sinclair, doorstep, deflected. That's over the netting.
Yeah, good job of the Salisbury Knight player to get in the path of that shot. Seems to be a lot of traffic both ways for both teams. Not a lot of clean shots on the net. You wonder if the first one either way is going to be a dirty one that just, some extra effort on a seemingly innocuous play that's going to end up as the first goal. Very often on stalemate games like this, that's what happens.
Oh, and here is number 16. That's poked away by Jack Young. He's had some great back checks today. Marcus Magri. He's knocked down. No call there. Number 14 at the point, Zachary Gill. Oh, that one's taken away by Magri in front. Great opportunity for Salisbury there. Here is Jake DiCapo. Has a little room to move. One for the nice deke, and that one's covered.
Yeah, DiCapo got a good job getting that to the front of the net. Goaltender did a better job of gobbling that one up. Boy, though, this is where, the number of millions of hockey games that have been played that are tight like this, where coaches talk to the teams and say, keep it simple, pucks to the net, traffic in front, get a dirty one, that kind of thing. They don't all have to be pretty. It's always the same speech, and for good reason.
That's going to be shot out by Salisbury. Finn Kearns is going to get to this one. He's going to backhand it. That's kept in by Epson-Shade. Knocked down by Kearns. Epson-Shade still keeps possession. Gets it back to the Salisbury D-men. Poked away by Huang. Great strength there by number 28, Watson. Kerskaden went for the hit there. Kearns knocks him down. Holding his stick is number 18, Proctor. Finn Kearns saucers it over to Huang. Huang dodges the hit there along the boards. This one's flicked in. Petrova is going to try to poke this one. It's out in front.
Oh.
Great defensive play by Ryan Murray.
Well, I think Petrova was right no man's land there.
Yeah.
Do I come out of the net or do I stay back?
Great.
Worked out.
Yeah. Connor Dervin looking left. That one's poked away by number 11, Luca Desjardins. Desjardins looking over the middle, deflected just wide. Cooper Bordeaux looking left, finds Milani. Milani tried to find Feiner, couldn't get it to him. Connor Dervin now flicks it over the middle. Right off Bordeaux's stick, great hit there. Here's Feiner. Feiner, head of steam over the middle. Oh my gosh. Great save by Rittenberg. Right in front, Feiner. Oh! Just missed that one.
Boy, Rittenberg
Wow.
looked like a goalie out of the 70s on that first save, going across and stacking the pads. He could have been Bernie Perrond in there. Then dove across the net almost like a soccer goalie, too. Fabulous saves by Rittenberg.
Taken away by Dervin in center ice. Going to dump this one back into the Salisbury zone. Dervin knocked down there, no call. Whoa, Here is Roy. Roy shot, that one's blocked. Kearns will have it. He keeps possession. Finds Long. Long off the pad. Long's gonna shoot this one in. Salisbury back to chase it. Nice hit by Roy there in pursuit. Long in front, finds Sinclair. Sinclair on the backhand. Great save again by Rittenberg to stay balanced.
Boy, I will say this about this game. No quarter is being given either way.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of the most tightly contested games I've seen here this year. Both teams are battling for every square inch of ice. If you're a hockey purist, you're going to love this kind of game. If you're somebody here for the offense, maybe not so much.
That's a swift move there by number 7, Tyler Rokas. He's going to backhand it. Kearns will get it now. Kearns shoots it off the boards, looking for Long, and he's going to get it. Long in pursuit. Great defensive play there by 14, Zachary Gill. Sinclair now. That one's taken away by Burlock. Now here is 10, Slovis. Moving swiftly through the zone. Shot off the glove of Petrova.
Yeah, and that is one of the very few odd man rushes we've seen either way this game.
Chicaboche shot. That one's going to be off the backboards. Jake DiCapo for Boche. Young's going to shoot this one around. That one's going to be off his stick. Boche, good contest there. That one shot away by number 8, Caden Creech. Young back for this one. Magri looking back for Young, but couldn't find him. Magri shoots this one. Kept in by Salisbury, off Jax Young's shoulder. Right in front, good clear by Jake DiCapo. That was a great centering pass by number 17, Burlock. Young, constant pressure, pass in front, here's Durbin. Looking to break out is the Saints. Boche goes right, DiCapo trying to find it, and it's gonna be poked away. Here's 24 now, Mazzella pinned against the boards there by Magri. Here's Ryan Murray. Ryan Murray drops this one back to Connor Durbin. Finn Kearns looking up, he's gonna flick this one. This one is gonna stay in play. Huang looking over the middle, Durbin will retreat and shoot this one off the glass. Nice hit there by Murray in pursuit. Huang, quick turnaround. He's gonna get it. Kearns looking for Sullivan, doesn't find him. He's gonna assess other options, he'll drop it back to him finally. Sullivan shoots this one up off Huang's stick and off the glass. We haven't had a whistle here.
I was just going to mention that. You're doing great work. But it has been just so tight, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like there hasn't been really any sustained offensive drive because the checking is so tight. As I mentioned earlier, every inch of ice is being contested tonight.
Now Karskadin. Karskadin off the boards. Here is Murray in pursuit, but I think that's going to be an icing.
Yeah, and you know, these offensive face-offs take on such a greater importance now, don't they, when you've got seemingly so many limited offensive opportunities in a game like this. Something like an offensive face-off just means that much more.
If you would have told me earlier in the evening that it'd be 0-0 with 4 minutes to go in the second period, I would have called you crazy. But
yeah.
I mean, that's just the type of game we've seen. Some bounces not going one way, some bounces going the other way. And these games, this has been one of the most competitive games we've seen this year from the Saints.
Well, thankfully, I didn't say that to you. No, good job by Karskadin there, winning the race against 2.
That's chipped out. Salisbury, here's 11. Luca Desjardins. Desjardins looking great defensive play. Jack Young had an amazing game so far. Charlie Sullivan now one-man breakout. Gets it to Bordeaux. Bordeaux is going to shove it in. This one's going to be knocked away by Rittenberg.
Young certainly seems to have gained the confidence of Coach Manning, and that I see him on the ice a lot more and during specific situations as well. So I think you're bang on with that, Parker.
Yeah, Young has been a consistent defensive defenseman that has been great for the Saints this year, and something they need to have when Oliver Turner, who is similar to that last year, left, and he played that in a great role, and I think they see some of that in Young. Finer to face it off here with Caden Creech, and he's going to win it. Milani to Dervin. He's going to shoot this one back into the zone. Bordeaux looking back for Dervin, and this one's going to be cleared. That one's going to be icing. 3:44 left to go here in the second period.
Boy, it'd be a great one to get one now going into this second intermission. Just seems it's going to be that kind of game. The goals are so hard to come by.
Sinclair is going to face it off here with Rowan Kornlack. And that one's one for Salisbury. James Roy will have it. Long will pick it up. Finds Kearns at the blue line. Kearns shot on net, deflected right in front. Poked just wide. Tucker Sinclair finds Long. Sullivan. Whoa, great pass. Long, shot, just blocked. Sullivan slap shot. And that one was fanned on. Great chances here for the Saints on this Young power play. Here is Kearns. Finds Sinclair. That one's going to be knocked down. Finn Kearns looking. That one's deflected. Here's number 16, Sebastian Ball, breakaway. Great job there by Sullivan to tie him up. Nice hit there by Kearns, and I think that's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, interference call there, and Salisbury bench was up about 3 seconds before that call was made, and they felt that there should have been a penalty before that, but regardless, they got what they wanted, and they're going to go on the power play with 2:51 left to go here in the first.
It'll be 4-on-4 here for minute 7, and then it'll be
I'm waiting to see who's going in the box for the Saints as of yet. I think it's Finn Kearns. Yep. And there he goes. So third period penalty for the Saints this period.
It's going to be his 12th penalty minute of the day. Connor Dervin finds Bolche. Bolche drops it back for Connor Dervin.
That penalty was at 17-17 for those scoring at home.
Yeah. Here's Jake DiCapo. Jake DiCapo somehow stays with the puck. This one's going to be taken away.
So what else is happening on campus here recently or coming up, Parker?
Yeah, so the first term of sport has ended. So volleyball, football, and soccer has recently ended, even though soccer actually has a tournament this weekend here on campus.
Wow.
So that'll be exciting if they could check it out. And then the new term of sport has started of basketball and the younger hockey teams and squash and some other racket sports. And I mean, it's always busy here at St. Andrews College, but now more than ever as the teams are starting to get running.
Sure.
Here is 22 now for Tymus. Looking through the neutral zone, regains, drops it. That one's fanned on. Saints could have numbers here. Here's Karskadin. He's going to dump it. Karskadin and Bolche in pursuit. Salisbury will take it, has time. Here's 22 for Salisbury, taking it himself, Tymus.
Ooh. Oh, boy. Okay, chalk that one up as not under the good variety as the Saints pick up another penalty inside of 2 minutes left to go here. This one, I believe, is going to Ryan Murray. That's Ryan Murray's second of the period. That is at 18:26 here of the third period as Parker makes his way down the Saints bench to line up his second intermission interview. Officials are just huddling right now for exactly what the call is going to be on that play. So 43 seconds still left in the penalty to Finn Kearns. And there is nothing up on the clock yet as far as the penalty to Murray goes. So Saints down 2 with 1:34 left to go here in the second period. They are going to have to reach deep. It's a 2-minute penalty. So that could carry over into the third period. So big face-off here. Carskadden taking it for the Saints. And he wins it cleanly and they clear it. So great job by Alex Carskadden winning the draw and takes that first penalty down to under 30 seconds now. And back come the Knights. They gain the zone. They'll set it up down low. No, they'll rim it around to the other side. Skate it around, I beg your pardon. Back to number 14, that's Gill. Cross-ice pass, a shot. That's just off the outside of the post. I believe that was number, get that number for you, but puck comes back up to the point. There's another one-timer, and that one is ripped just wide. Both of those off the stick of number 23, Luke Wakakis. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania boy. And the puck is carried back in the Saints zone, dragged into the corner, taken to the wall. Charlie Sullivan with his physical play, and I think the Saints are going to get another penalty now as Charlie Sullivan is making his way to the box. So that is the 5th penalty to the Saints this period. Charlie Sullivan in the box, so my goodness. 41.1 seconds left. And the Saints under all kinds of duress. I'm sure job one is let's get out of this period as they rip it around the boards and out. Another big face-off win there for the Saints. Back come the Knights over to number 56. He rims it around behind. In pursuit is Finn Kearns. Against 2 Knights, he wins the battle and rips it around the other side. And just 10 seconds left now in the period. It's dumped back in again by number 56. That's Grayson Espinola. Espenshade, I beg your pardon. And the puck is in the corner, and there is the buzzer. So after 2, our score is still 0-0, but the Saints will start the third period definitely again with a 2-man disadvantage. So they just hang on by their nails going into this intermission, still with a 0-0 score. Based on what happened at the start of the period, you can see officials are being very cautious with getting both teams off the ice now. So they're doing a good job as Parker makes his way down to the Saints bench. As I mentioned, we'll have another episode of SAC Today right after Parker's interview, and that will be a common feature now that we have. Well, I'm just getting the word now. There won't be an episode of SAC Today, but we will have one the next broadcast that we have for sure. It's good. You can get a refreshment and some snacks during that time. So looking at, I believe that's Andy Wang that he's got
I'm here
there.
with number 29, Alex Carskadden.
I
Alex
beg your
Carskadden,
pardon.
you've been working your butt off today. What has been your mentality tonight?
Honestly, we just got to get pucks in deep, get on their D, take less penalties, and yeah.
Tie game here through 2. What is your team's plan to score the first one tonight?
Well, first we got to kill off these 2 penalties and then just get back to playing hard offense, winning puck battles, and getting shots on net.
And Alex, who is the best dressed on the team?
Best dressed? That's a tough one. I'm going to go with Jaker.
Jake, awesome. Thank you, Alex.
Okay, thank you, Parker, and thank you, Alex. So Jake DeCapo, Jake Styles, I guess is what we should call him from now on. So we'll take a little break. We'll see you back for an exciting and maybe decisive third period in just a minute.
And we are back, folks, for the third period of hockey here. 0-0 game between the St. Andrews College Saints and the Salisbury Knights. Norm, what have you seen that has kept this a 0-0 game?
Well, honestly, to be honest, there haven't been fabulous scoring opportunities, and that's not a slight. That's just on how highly contested a game this is. Nothing has come easy. How many times have we seen passes that, in a typical game, let's say on a power play, an east-west pass where they get a solid shot on net and it's hitting a stick, a body's getting in the way. That isn't accidental. Both teams I think, are doing a great job on transition defense. They're doing a great job of getting sticks and bodies in passing and shooting lanes. And as a result, you really haven't had a lot of great scoring opportunities.
And here is.
That includes being shorthanded or having a power play. Like, even within those parameters, there haven't been great scoring opportunities.
And here is 22 for Salisbury. Shaw wind up, great block by Karskadin.
Yeah, Saint just one-man advantage now.
Oh, right in front. That was Rivard who just missed that one. Now 22, Tymus. 7 up to 7, that shot's just up. Kearns going to take down number 18, Angus Proctor.
I find in games like this, whether it's basketball, hockey, or whatever, if you talk to a team and say, what's going on, why you're not scoring? Well, we're not doing this, we're not doing that, we're not doing the other. And that might be true to some extent, but I think this is where, again, both teams have to tip the hat to the other team. I don't think it's so much a lack of execution as it's just great defense and great competitiveness both ways.
And Rittenberg's going to leave this one for Avery Tymus. Here is now number 7, Tyler Rokas. Tyler Rokas with a head of steam. This one's left shot. That one's just above the glove of Petrova. Bordeaux is going to try to clear this one. Salisbury's going to have a regroup. They've really been putting the pressure on so far in this third period. Rokas keeps this one in. Finer's going to deflect it. He's got some room. And that one's going to be kept in.
Oh, that was offside. Yeah. So the other thing I want to mention on this, as much as both coaches and teams want to win this game, you want these kind of games, right? Like, an 8-1 win or a 10-1 win, they feel great. This is a game you learn something, right? You learn something about individuals. You learn about a team. You're really working for this one.
Yeah.
And, these teams, they're very good teams. They go through 3 or 4 or 5 games where they're really not pushed all that hard. Well, both teams are getting pushed tonight.
Yeah. Just out of the reach of Tucker Sinclair, and Salisbury's got odd man rush. Here is Riley Slovis. That one's poked away by Kearns. Slovis gets it to his forehand, poked away. Kearns looking for a pass. He's going to try taking himself. Slovis shot just wide. Sullivan off the boards, tipped. Slovis is going to knock it out of the zone. Back for this one is Mazzella. Jack Mazzella shoots this one up. That one's deflected away by Sinclair. Chipped up. That's Dervin. Along the boards, Jack Young's going to retreat for this one. Finds Longer. Longer, saucer pass, finds Younger. Here is Nolan Long. Looking, tried to dangle through them. That one's taken away. Jack Young, shot on net. That one's blocked, and that one's going to be cleared out by Parker Tumulty. Young, great play to keep it away from Salisbury. Magri, swift move, finds DeCapo. DeCapo shot, that one's off the pad of Rittenberg. Bolche went for the hit. Now here's number 16, Sebastian Ball, shot. He's had some great chances tonight. This back to the defenseman, Tymus. Charlie Sullivan backhands it to his D partner, Kearns. Kearns is going to have it, gets it to DeCapo. DeCapo along the left boards. This one shot on net, poked away. Finn Kern's going to send this one back into Bolche. Bolche's going to ring it around the back boards, and that's going to find DeCapo on the left hash. He backhands it to Sullivan. Kern's one-timer. Great pad save by Rittenberg there. Kearns finds his D partner Sullivan. Sullivan, saucer pass to Bolche. Perfect, tape to tape. Bolche, nice move going to his right. Shot, that one's off the post. Jake DeCapo to Young. Young's gonna flip this one in. That's gonna go off the backboards, and some Saints are gonna get a change here. Here is Salisbury breaking out. Jack Young off the boards. This is flipped up off the shin of number 18. Cooper Bordeaux backhands it to Connor Dervin. Camilo Milani finds Feiner. Here is Feiner in pursuit. Feiner, great job there. And he's gonna get the Saints in the offensive zone. Quick spin back there for Avery Tymas. Salisbury looking up. That one's off the backboards, Milani. Milani pokes this one away. Espenshade. Bordeaux will have it, and that's gonna be right to Tymas. Tymas gonna deflect this one, it's up in the air. Dervin couldn't find it. Bordeaux loses his stick. Here's Feiner with it. Feiner, saucer pass. That one's deflected, knocked down. Milani goes for a change. Bordeaux, broken stick. Tymas, there is DeCapo intercepting that one. Tymas finds Rocco. Now on the left boards is Downs. Dakota Downs flips this one off the glass, and Jack Young will get it on the right hash. Intercepted by Desjardins, taken away by Andy Huang. Here is Andy Huang.
Yeah, I think, you know, a message both coaches, but particularly St. Andrews coach, would have during the admission. Alex Karskadin mentioned it during your interview. They've gotten away with taking some penalties, and you know you're just rolling the dice when that happens. So one thing I've noticed so far is we get about a quarter of the way through this period is not so much chippiness in between whistles anymore. Nobody wants to take that penalty in such a hotly contested game.
Charlie Sullivan's going to shoot this one up, attempting to find DeCapo. DeCapo's going to knock him down. Here's Karskadin, one-on-one. Karskadin ripper, that one's deflected up over the scoreboard.
Well, good job by DeCapo there, turning that puck over. Ended up with a scoring opportunity for the Saints, and that's all it takes sometimes, just that little bit of effort, cause that turnover, get a scoring opportunity, and they add up.
Yeah, 14:21 left to go here in the third, still 0-0. Tucker Sinclair to face it off here with Luca Desjardins. Sinclair wins this one back to Long. Two-man game. Great balance by Roy to keep the puck, finds Long. Sinclair along the backboards. Long, and that one's gonna be kept in by Sullivan. Sullivan shot just wide. Kearns coming in for the pinch. Oh, hit from behind there. Sullivan's gonna dump this one in. No changes here for the Saints. Long in pursuit. He falls down. Now 2-7 here, Rivard. Rivard shot blocked by Kearns. That was deflected.
Yeah, nice play by Kearns.
Here's Nolan Long. Nolan Long had a great game so far offensively. See if he can get one in the back of the net here for his Saints. Nolan Long taking it himself through his own zone, through the neutral zone. Oh, that's definitely got to be, yeah.
Yeah, so I believe that's number 8, Caden Creech. For the Knights going in the box, so here is the opportunity the Saints have been waiting for. Caden Creech in the box at 6:33.
And here we go, big opportunity for the Saints. Can get a lead here. Let's see what they can do. Bolche, Dervin, Magri, Karskadin, and DeCapo. This one shot, rimmed around. Jacob Bolche gets it into DeCapo. Bolche finds Dervin. Dervin surfacing, finds Magri. Magri gets hit. Now Karskadin to DeCapo. DiCapo looking, Bolche, they play a little catch. Bolche back with it at the blue line. DiCapo at the hash, Fandon shot right to Dervin at the blue line. Here is Magri on the left, shot. Oh, close call there for the Knights. Here is Bolche. Oh, just out of the reach of Dervin, and Saints are going to have to clear.
Boy, goaltender Rittenberg is so good going post to post and keeping his body square to the puck. There was a great example of that.
Dervin keeps this one in. That's intercepted over the middle by Burlock. Burlock doesn't seem like he's going to do much. Just dump it in here. He's in pursuit, though. Dervin, quick, swift move. Bolche. He's going to leave it for Kearns. Here is Kearns going to his right. Keeps the puck. Kearns, nice move, deflected. That one's just up. Knocked away, and the net's going to be off. 12:10 left to go, 43 in the power play.
That didn't look like an accidental knock-off to me, although the officials aren't calling anything there. Defender for Salisbury went by and then conveniently got his elbow underneath the crossbar there, but regardless, well, no, I guess they're saying it was a Saints player because face-off is coming outside. And we don't have the benefit of the replay here, so we'll go with the official's call. 43 seconds left in the penalty.
Tucker Sinclair wins that one. Finn Kearns backhands it. That one's off the boards, just out of reach of Kearns. Now Chase Petrova. He's gonna leave it. Kearns. Kearns finds Long. Long, swift move. No one Long, surfacing on the blue line, finds Sullivan. Sullivan looking, finds his D partner Kearns. Kearns saucers it over to Long. Kearns looking on net, that one's just off the crossbar.
Wow, great shot by Kearns. And you know what, the goaltender saw that one all the way and still didn't get, I don't think, got a piece of that one, as you mentioned, Parker, off the crossbar. So only 5 seconds left, but again, another offensive face-off here. So probably a set play here if they can execute from Coach Manning. Perfect opportunity for that. Let's see what they come. Well, they won the draw, but not cleanly. So
Feiner knocks this one. Dervin's going to attempt to keep it in, and he does. Milani, one-timer, deflected just wide. Bordeaux along the left hash. Finds Feiner. Milani, shot over the middle, was looking for Feiner. Here is Salisbury now in pursuit. Number 18, Proctor. Proctor shot, saved by Petrova. 11:08 left to go here in the third. 0-0 still.
So Petrova hasn't had a lot of work lately, but we'll give you a little bit of information from the goaltender. He's a class of 26, so he'll be graduating this year. Hometown, as I mentioned earlier, is from King City. He played for Ajax Pickering Raiders U18 prior to the Saints. His junior rights are with the Ottawa 67s, and his academic interests are law and world issues. He goes to Flavel House, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah. Connor Dervin. Big hit there on Dervin. Dervin seems like he's been on pretty much the whole period here. Feiner finds Bordeaux. Bordeaux was looking over the middle for Feiner. This one's going to be taken away by number 23 and now 18, Angus Proctor. Proctor, Feiner, good stick lift there, and 3-on-1 for the Saints if they can get it going. And now, he's going to find Bordeaux. Bordeaux, nice move. Bordeaux was looking for Milani.
I think that puck just caught the snow right outside the Saints bench, and the puck just sat there, and that cost the Saints a 3-on-1 right there.
Kearns looking back behind the net, going to get the Saints a quick reset here. Saucer past Karskadin. Karskadin's going to leave this one back here for Sullivan. Sullivan surfacing off the front boards. That one's deflected away and going to be retrieved from Halverson. Halverson, quick turnaround. This one's going to be flipped up and is going to stay in play. Charlie Sullivan, recent Cornell commit, will have it. And Finn Kearns will give him a hand. Sullivan gets it to Huang. Huang finds Karskadin. Karskadin looking. This one's going to be dumped in. Oh, tripped up there, no call. Over the middle, James Roy in pursuit. James Roy has it, looks over the middle, trying to find Carskadden, and he does. Pushed away. Great physical presence by Salisbury in their own end here. Dervin keeps it in, shoots it on net off the back glass. Roy was looking for the baseball swing. Carskadden's gonna take it. Jack Young looking, shot blocked by number 4, Landon Klein.
Boy, I know I sound like a broken record here, but it is so unusual. And I mean, I'm saying this as being a Saints broadcaster, so we see so many of the games here, but that the Saints have had so few great scoring opportunities. It looks like we're going to get a slash here against the Saints, but really, if you count the number of great scoring opportunities both teams have had, I would say it'd be under 5 probably for both teams. As Saints number 10, Jake DiCapo, will head to the box. One penalty for both teams in this third period, that one at 11:14 here of the third period. DiCapo.
Bordeaux looking to clear it. Instead, Salisbury has a power play that's going to take them to around the 6-minute mark, and I think Salisbury, this is going to be one of their best chance to get one in the back of the net before Saints go back on pursuit. That one's going to be cleared out by Jack Young, and that one's going to take its time down the ice. Great job. Minute 30 left to go here in the kill for the Saints. There's number 10, Riley Slovis. Slovis looking, couldn't find anything behind the back boards. This one's at the point with Watson. Watson gets it to Kokonos. Leaves it for Slovis.
Saints playing a pretty soft box here, playing back, trying to get a lot of bodies and sticks in those passing and shooting lanes.
Jack Young went for the block. Great job there by him and Bordeaux. Just under a minute to go here in this kill. And it's cleared. Bordeaux's going to shoot this one down. Saints are going to get a change. Great job there by the Saints to get that out. Bolche in pursuit. Bolche stick lift. Now with it is Gill. Zachary Gill, 30 seconds left to go here in the power play. Salisbury's going to want to move fast. Gill shoots it over to Espenshade. Espenshade back in. Kearns is going to have it. Kearns is going to backhand it off the back glass. 15 seconds left to go here. Great job by the Saints. This one's pushed up to Landon Klein. Nice hit there by Carskadden in open ice. Salisbury, number 23, gets it. And here's Bolche.
Oh, they almost had an opportunity to spring the player loose.
Right in front. Wrap around. Oh my God, it's in.
And there's that dirty one we were talking about. The attempted wraparound, the puck was loose. And jamming in there is number 56. That's Grayson Espenshade. So Grayson Espenshade, big marker here for the Sudbury Knights.
Wow, that is huge. 6:35 left to go here in the third. Finally, the first goal's on the board. And wow. Espenshade, 5'9", 145, forward, 2009, from Enola, Pennsylvania. And Saints got to move quickly now. Not too much time left, and they got to work from behind. I would assume Chase Petrova will come out of the net at some point here. This one's left for Jack Young. Young to Roy. Roy, this one's deflected.
Well, that was good. Nice body check there. That was a good example of, in this tight kind of game, get something at the net and jab at it. And they tried for the wraparound, didn't get it, but the puck was loose. And the goal scorer jabbed at it and happened to slide in underneath Petrova.
Tucker Sinclair, two on one. Long and Roy. Long to find Roy. Roy, goal!
Oh, yeah. Woo!
James Roy, number 18, buries his 9th of the year, and that is huge for the Saints.
Boy, I almost thought you were going to say, and what a save, and that the goaltender got across, but Roy showed really good patience on that, dragged it all the way across the blue ice and tucked it in with the backhand. What a big goal for Roy and the Saints, especially coming back that quickly after the goal where you could almost feel the air come out of the building.
Yeah. And now do we have a game back to 1-1, 5:44 left to go here in the third. Let's see what we have in store. Fans on it there is number 19, Halverson, and he's going to get it through the middle. And Rivard, that shot's deflected and covered by Petrova.
Wow, and just like that, we've been waiting 3/4 of the game for a goal, and we get two within about a minute and 20 seconds. So things happen quickly, and this last 5:30, who knows what it's going to hold.
Winning that one is Jack Young. Jack Young's going to swing it around to Milani. Milani drops it right to the Salisbury D. Dervin, nice hit. Here's Bordeaux. Bordeaux flips this one up. Milani and Feiner in pursuit. Back to get that one was Watson, and it's going to be a SAC icing.
So as I mentioned, Saints will be here again tomorrow. They will play the Cushing Academy Penguins, who I've never had the pleasure of calling one of those games, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm just getting the game time for you now.
This one swung around. Nice hit there by Milani on Creech. Here's Jack Young to Bordeaux. Creech, huge hit there. Connor Dervin now sends it over the middle, intercepted by Riley Slovis. Huge hit there. Bordeaux on Halverson. Petrova swings it around Milani. Salisbury went for a change, 2-on-2, Feiner and Bordeaux. Feiner looking for some space, shot pad, crashing the net was Bordeaux, and he couldn't find it. Great job there by Bordeaux and Feiner.
Yeah, when you don't have much, get it on net for a rebound. That's exactly what they did. Feiner crashed the net, and that was almost a second goal there for the Saints.
Kern's gonna get a reboot here for the Saints. Sullivan shoots this one up. Jake DiCapo in a battle here with Mazzella. This one's dumped in. Nice move there by Mazzella. Finds Espenshade. Sullivan over to Kearns. Kearns, good tie up there. Here's DiCapo. Jake DiCapo with Huang and Kearns, 3-on-2. DiCapo, nice move. Jake DiCapo looking over the middle. Intercepted by number 7, Rokas.
Yeah, just a little bit soft on the pass, but good job by DiCapo and Finn Kearns jumping up into the rush as well.
Yeah, great offensive effort today overall for Jake DiCapo. He's been great on the forecheck and aggressive on the back check as well. Number 3 shoved back in there by Kokonos. This one's flipped up in the air. Dervin's going to knock it down. Was looking for DiCapo, just out of reach. Here is Avery Tymas. Tymas was looking for the trailer of Tumulty. Couldn't find him. Here is Longer. Nolan Long has room. That one's broken away, and here is 13 Kokonos. Young was pinned, and Kokonos is going to keep it. Nolan Long tied up there. Nice hit there by Sinclair over the middle. Roy backhand along. 3 Salisbury's guys with him, so he's just going to elect to dump this one. 2:40 left to go here in the third period. 1-1 game. This one's flipped up over the middle. Mazzella looking. That one's just up and over. Nice hit there by Sinclair. Roy. James Roy gets the puck taken away there by Desjardins. Desjardins And the Salisbury D-men play catch. Roy in pursuit. This one's going to be off the glass and off the hand of Klein. Nice hit there by DeCapo over the middle. Desjardins drops it. Shot off the pad of Petrova.
Wow.
Here is Roy. Roy and DeCapo. 2-on-2. Roy's going to backhand it in and go for a change. Good job by Roy there.
Boy, very few whistles here. Very fast line changes by both teams.
That one's knocked away. Petrova leaves it for Dervin. Connor Dervin. Great pass here to DeCapo. DeCapo tape to Bolche. Bolche's going to chip it in. Magri. Good job there by Magri. That one's off the backboard. Sullivan's going to be back for this one. Just under 1:30 to go. Charlie Sullivan. Oh, big. That was a hit there by Klein on Sullivan.
Klein's had a good game.
Yeah.
Very physical.
Creech, shot. That one's going to be right with Petrova. 1:15 here, 1-1 tie.
So you talk a little bit about Jake DeCapo, what a strong game he's got. A couple of fast facts about the forward. He's a class of 26 as well, so he'll be graduating this year. 5'8", 157 pounds from Etobicoke. Team before this was the U16 Toronto Marlboros. His junior rights are with the Guelph Storm. His academic interests are in business. And what house is he in? Memorial House. Very good.
He's my neighbor.
Okay. Tough to get you on those.
Minute 9 left to go here in the third period. Face off in the Saints zone. It's going to be Feiner to face it off with number 10 Slovis. And I believe because it's not a PHC game, I think it'll just end in a tie if it gets to that. That one's going to be shot way up into the netting.
Haven't had as much of that this game. Pucks out of play.
Yeah.
The other game we kept a tally, and I think we hit 11 in the game. I don't think we're anywhere close to that in this game. So the puck budget is safe.
Karskadin and Slovis. Slovis wins this one. Here's Roy. The only goal scorer of the game was tripped. No call there. This one's going to be flipped up into the Saints zone. Kern's back for it. Under a minute to go now. Here's Roy. Saints got to move fast. This one's cleared. Shot on. Off the skate of Young. This one's shot around. Petrova is going to come out to play that. Shot on net. Saved by Petrova right in front. This got to be cleared. Nice. Good job there by Long. That one's going to be out of the Saints zone. Just under 30 seconds to go here. Dumped in by Salisbury. This one's going to be rung around. Here's Connor Dervin. He's going to chip it off. Good hit there. Now here's Karskadin. Finds Roy. 17 seconds to go. Roy on the right side. Roy on net. Covered. Offensive zone face-off for the Saints with 13 seconds to go.
Wow, big face-off here. We'll see what Coach Manning does as far as a lineup here and who takes this draw. It's on the left side. No, sorry, face-off's going to come here to the right dot. Thinking he's going to want a right stick here. Big face-off for Jacob Bolche.
Bolche loses this one. Has a nice hit, and it looks like Salisbury's going to try to pin this along the boards. And they're going to flip this one out. And that's going to be it. And I don't know if they're going to end in a tie.
I don't know, but you know, as I mentioned earlier, both coaches certainly wanted the win, but I think they also got out of this game what they wanted. Well, I see 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's going anywhere, so I think game's being extended. I would imagine this is sudden death. 10 minutes on the clock. And I think this is 3-on-3 as well, is it not? Yeah, I think that's the standard procedure, so that's exciting. Don't have a lot of games like this here at LeBeer Family Arena. Well, nobody's leaving, put it that way. Everybody's still here. It's been a great game. Certainly worth the trip from Massachusetts for Salisbury.
Yeah.
Well, we can see who Coach Manning's got out there. I see Finn Kearns out there. Amy Wang and Jacob Bolche. Beg your pardon, Alex Karskat.
Nolan Long back for this to start off OT. Nolan Long leaves it for Finn Kearns. Finn Kearns goes to his backhand. Oh.
Just offside. Well, possession, of course, so important on these 3-on-3s, these face-offs. Regardless of where the face-off is on the ice, is so important. And Salisbury gets this one.
Salisbury is going to have it. Back behind their own net is Tyler Rokas. Rokas is going to leave it for Rivard. Rivard's going to circle back. Lots of ice in 3-on-3. Rivard's going to get ahead of steam. Long's going to poke it away. Now Tymus. Tymus, shifty move to get away from Kearns. Tymus, quick turnaround. Now here's number 7, Rokas. Rokas. Looking, is going to backhand it out. Risky pass. And that one's going to be kept in by 22, Tymus. Rivard, here's Long. Long looking for Garskaden, 2-on-1. Kearns is on the right.
Oh.
One for the saucer pass. Oh, right in front. And that's going to be covered by Rittenberg.
Boy, that 3-on-3, a turnover, you get one person to miss, and all of a sudden you have a 2-on-1 going the other way. I know a lot of people don't like this as a way to decide a game.
Yeah.
I personally, as a fan, I'm not that vested in interest. I love it as a fan. I can see as a coach how it can be frustrating.
Sullivan, quick move to get away from number 14, Zachary Gill. Sullivan circles back. Charlie Sullivan gonna get a reboot for the Saints. 8:20 left to go here in OT. Sinclair has it. Sinclair looking for room. Tucker Sinclair, some nifty moves, is gonna dump it here. Stays on his feet, great job there. Nice hit on the backboards on Mazzella. Mazzella is gonna get away, and he's gonna go cross ice to Gill. Zachary Gill shot, that one's deflected wide. Sullivan knocked away. Sinclair looking for Roy. Charlie Sullivan pokes it. Now that's Espen Shade, our only goal scorer for Salisbury. Zachary Gill looking for a pass somewhere. Jake DiCaprio is going to intercept it. Here is 28 now, Watson. Elliott Watson, shot, saved by Petrova. Watson's going to get his own rebound. Elliott Watson looks, that's a shot, great save by Petrova. Caden Creech was on the doorstep.
Boy, the Saints are at the end of a long, long shift here. They may want to just hold this and replace at least a player or two because they've been on the ice a long time.
Yeah, DiCapo, Young, and Magri. That one's going to be up into the netting. Quick whistle here. It's going to be DiCapo, Magri, and Young to stay for the Saints. It was 6:56 left to go.
Well, you can see both teams. Players are not in a big hurry to get to the dot, are they? Coach has certain players he wants out there, and every couple of seconds you can get to get a bit more of a blow is an advantage.
Now Magri knocked down to Capo and Magri in a battle with Rokas. Here's Jack Young back for this one. See if we can get some room for the Saints. Jack Young's going to go off the right wall. Jack Young taking it himself. Went for the nifty move around Tymus, but couldn't get it. This one shot around Jack Young. He's gonna try to look. Here's one-on-one, Magri with Tymus. Great job
nice
there,
play.
Marcus Magri. Shot, that one's just wide. Tyler Rokas, right in front, saved by Petrova. Wow.
I think Petrova had that right in the toes of the skates. They had his defenseman right behind him to make sure it stayed there, but
it's going to be Dervin, Feiner, and Bolche for the Saints. And it's going to be Gill, Kokonos, and Mazela for Salisbury. Salisbury's going to win this one. 6 minutes left to go here in OT. Back at the red line is Salisbury. They're going to dish it back to Gill. Zachary Gill looking. Getting quick turnaround. Salisbury's going to have to clear. Zachary Gill looking. Can't find a partner to pass to. And he will here. Number 13, Kokonos. Kokonos poked away by Feiner. Here is Feiner. Dervin trying to join the rush. Feiner gets away. Feiner, shot. Great save by Rittenberg. Oh, ref took a tumble there near the Saints bench. Here is Bolche. Jacob Bolche was looking for a pass. He's going to elect to drop it to Kearns. Kearns shot just wide. Here is Jacob Bolche. Finn Kearns looking, surveying, quick move to his forehand. He's going to retreat back, and the Saints are going to have a clear. Karskadin, Kearns, and Long. Here is Kearns. Kearns with a head of steam. Looking for a pass now. Going to find Karskadin. Saints with a quick clear. That one's going to be just out of reach of Long. 4 minutes to go. Nolan Long. Nolan Long looks for a swift move. There is 27 of Salisbury, clears it of Long. Finn Kearns gets it poked away by 28 Watson. Watson right in front. Here's Kearns. Here we go. Kearns finds Long. 2-on-1, Long and Kearns. Long's gonna find Kearns on the backhand, just out of reach.
wow, opportunities both ways.
Karskadin back for this one. Great job staying on his feet. Sullivan out there now. Here's Long. Broken stick here. Long, Sullivan, and Karskadin in the triangle. Long looking. He's going to circle around the Salisbury net. Trying to find something. Going to go for the wrister. Goal! Nolan Long, OT winner.
Wow. Boy, what patience by Nolan Long. He could have passed that off. He could have taken a shot earlier, but he waited, he waited, he waited, he waited, and put it right where it needed to go. Great win for the Saints.
Well done. Nolan Long went just above the blocker of Rittenberg, and the Saints are going to come out on top 2-1 over the Knights. Everyone, have a good night, and we'll be back with you on Sunday.